Hi, welcome to Giulio's Bar. Today we're gonna mix a martini all'olio d'oliva. So a friend of mine sent me a video a few days ago, half as a joke, about this guy that was fat washing gin using olive oil and then making a martini with it. And first I was like, ew. And then I was like, interesting. Maybe it's not such a bad idea. So let's try it out today. So we start by pouring 60 milliliters or so of gin in a graduated container. And maybe I'm gonna put a tiny bit more than that because probably in the process we are gonna lose some. And I'm using a Hendrick because I don't have any Gin Mare or Gin Bakur was Mediterranean gin. And I tasted a few gin and I thought like which one will match better this recipe. And I think the Hendrick in the end probably is the most, it's gonna go with more flavors, and I just thought it was gonna work better in this situation. And then we're gonna add 15 milliliters of olive oil, but I'm not gonna add this olive oil, this is too expensive. Olive oil costs too much money. So I'm gonna add another 100% Italian olive oil, extra virgin. That's the important part. You want an extra virgin because non-extra virgin olive oil is just gasoline basically. And I normally use this for cooking. It's decent. It's not great. I will not use this if I was in Italy, but I'm in Japan. It's too freaking expensive. So I think this one should work, and we pour 15 milliliters of this stuff, or about a quarter of the amount of the gin. And then, let me get a bigger container before I make a mess. Let's give this all a whip to basically create an emulsion of olive oil and gin. There you go. Well, now I think I'm gonna pour it back in the original container, a bit smaller. Then I'm gonna seal it, and I'm gonna put it in the freezer for like half an hour at least, I would think. So the olive oil have time to solidify. Then we are gonna filter it. So see you back in a bit. And we're back. Actually, a couple of hours passed because it took longer than I thought for the olive oil to solidify on top of the gin. Now let's take a paper filter and let's see if we can filter out the fat from the gin. As you can see, most of the olive oil is stuck in the container. It became solid. But as this process could take some time, I think I will move it to the fridge so that we don't run the risk of small fat particles re-liquefying. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge and I'm gonna come back to you in, I don't know, 10 more minutes. Let's hope it's done. One bad thing about this project is that unlike when I fat washed the cognac with chocolate butter, it's gonna be hard to reuse this gin olive oil. I mean, what can you use it for? At that time I used the chocolate butter with which I washed the cognac to make cookies and a cake, because that was just delicious. While olive oil flavored with gin, I don't really know what I can do with it. And here we are again, 10-15 minutes past. I changed the filter twice because it got clogged with solidified fat. Now I'm just gonna give it a bit of a help because my patience is about to run out with this cocktail. Oh man, it really doesn't wanna get down the last bit. Let's change the filter one more time. I guess this last bit of gin and olive oil just got stuck together, and I think this is the best we can do. So starting with 65 milliliters of gin and 15 milliliters of olive oil, we got 50 milliliters of gin flavored with olive oil. Let me give it a quick taste. Yep, that's gin flavored with olive oil. Now let's get some ice from our mixing glass and let's proceed to mix a quite standard martini. Let's use 10 milliliters of Carpano dry. Let's put all the gin we have, which is 50 milliliters, as I said. And then as a additional touch, let's put 1 drop of saline solution. I mix this with 4 parts of water and 1 part of salt. And just 1 drop is gonna be enough. Because this is not one of those instances where we have chocolate and we have to enhance the flavor of chocolate with salt. Here we are just adding salt to olive oil to make it taste more like a focaccia. Because that's the intent of my version of this cocktail. Having a Focaccia Martini. A few more stirs. It's still pretty strong. I guess the gin being cold reduces the dilution you get from the ice, so it takes a couple of stirs more than usual. Let's strain the contents of our mixing glass. And let's finish by decorating with a small sprig of rosemary to finish the focaccia theme. And there you go, a Focaccia Martini. Ooh, cheers. It's a good standard martini with slightly added mouthfeel of olive oil. It has a bit of olive oil flavor, which I like. It's good. And the rosemary on top make you feel like you're in a nice bakery that's just made a whole bunch of focaccia. Yeah, more than the flavor, it really has a bit of an oily mouthfeel. It's really slight, almost imperceptible, but it's there. And I think this is just a nice, good martini. Is it worth the hassle to mix it with olive oil, put it in the freezer, filtering it out? I will say if you're making just one, I don't know if it's worth it. For me, it was a bit of too much effort for a slight variation. But it's a slight variation. Actually, if you're having an Italian party, Italian dinner, this would be a great way to start an aperitif. Something nice, a bit different, a bit more nuance to it than a normal martini. Of course, we have to have friends that drink martinis, which there aren't so many people around that drink martinis for aperitif. I realized. It's a bit of a strong drink for most people who are not British, I guess. Yeah, but now that it's warming up slightly, the olive oil smell comes up a bit more, and mixed with rosemary, it's I love it. It's just remind me of focaccia, and I love focaccia. It's one of those food that I really miss here in Japan. There are no bakery that makes Italian style focaccia. Almost no bakery. You find it once in a while, but it's freaking delicious focaccia, and it's actually quite hard to make. So I guess that's why fewer bakeries make it. If you're not really into Italian stuff. Anyway, a nice variation of the martini. It's not crazy. It's not dumb. It's good. It's a bit of effort, but if you're down to try something new, go ahead and try it. It's good. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment down below, share with anybody you like and don't like. Steal yourself another Italian drink, and hopefully I will see you next time. Cheers. In Italy, some people, nobody I know personally, but there are some people that will call olio extravergine di oliva, extra virgin olive oil, as olio evo. Boy, I hate that acronym. Evo. It just makes it sound like it's the evolution of something. And it just sounds silly. Olio evo. Boy, I hate it. I will just call it the full name, olio extra virgin d'oliva, extra virgin olive oil. Sometimes, just say the whole thing. Is this that much more effort? Come on, man. Evo. Evo my ass.